Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Ready, 95-56, 95-56. We got 21.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ready?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. 22 yards there, a first down.
Clearly, every time the Saints put together a game plan, they plan to get Michael Thomas involved early and often. 125 catches in 2018, the most in the NFL. Not bad for a kid in Pop Warner football that only played the minimum number of plays every game.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Check. Check out.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Murray going to throw. Able to find Isabella. 23 yards on the play. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. Andy Isabella was the intended target. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Well, several media outlets thought Andy Isabella was the top receiver in this year's class out of UMass. He dominated his senior year there. 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns. They really say that he can just take a top off a defense. He ran a 4.3140 at the combine, 3rd fastest of all attendees. And then he was taken 62nd. A lot of experts. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw, it's Murray. This one caught by Isabella. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a 1st down.
1st down, Arizona.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
Thank you, 87.
Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. We're scoreless after 1.
Oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing, bro.
And he's got room. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a 1st down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Zone action here, Black.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Running with Camaro. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
And then get a false start. Like, what? Easy.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Check. Hey, kill.
Now Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to him again. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, the former star at nearby LSU, Patrick Peterson. It's taken to the 26.
Yo, Pat Peters put a punt like that.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Hell no. Nah, Pat Peters locked down, bro.
Check, 47. Hey, check.
Check it, B.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. On 2nd down, it's Drake trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Where's Isabella in this formation? He's on the left. Okay. Andy, my guy.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
I got to make sure that this guy doesn't wreck that day. Lady, say. That's time we need it.
Snap comes to Murray at 1. second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Murray now. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
See that corner.
Hakeem Butler with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
While you alert.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we
see
both?
one corner press
I mean,
and the other
why
one's
shouldn't
off?
we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Ready. Yellow lady. 58. Come on. You're good. You're good. I 4. Ready. 20 seconds.
From the 35 on second down, Breeze. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Buda Baker with a pick.
One Mike, come on, you can't have one Mike Buddha,
damn. 35-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
So it's not man. It's some type of zone.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Gotta get a better O-line, bro.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Base.
Undercrunch. Rush in.
It's hot. That's alert. R1's our read, though.
Now Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Here's another of the Cardinal backs. This is David Johnson. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Cardinals worst in the NFL, 6 of 16 on 4th down last year, but they'll try.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Murray and company going for it on fourth. Rolling to his right. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
A man blitz, now it's his zone, and baseline. If he baseline, that's a linebacker.
Murray now on first down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this a 39-yard attempt. And Bryant's kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. That'll be taken in the end zone. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
A gain of 15. First down, Arizona.
Check 24. Check. Ready, go.
They'll run on first down. Drake. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
You ain't got nothing.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
You ready? Greystone, travel.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker, or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On the ground, this is Kamara, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And this is Clark with a grab. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Now Breeze. And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thomas, the intended target. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll start the drive with Drake.
Stop the strip. Stop it.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
99-yarder, bro.
Kenyon Drake, 99 yards.
99-yarder,
and the Cardinals push further out in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
He just scored over 99 yards.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Breeze to throw for it on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick, and that will force a turnover on downs. The D brought the house, they called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down. Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Ready. 47's the mic. You're trapped.
On second down, it's Drake, and he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 37.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Okay.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. That ball complete to Isabella. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Throwing now is Breeze. Complete. Smith has it. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Breeze now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Tackle made there by Buda Baker. From the 36, Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On third down, here's Kamara.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. Second down and goal. Breeze nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. To throw is Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
The only thing out of the field goal would be disrespectful. Real shit.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way. But the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Arizona, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
This time I've thrown more picks than touchdowns this week. How many offensive plays did I have? Like, 6-minute quarters might not be enough, man. I have 7, no, I can't count. 9 rush attempts, 15 pass attempts. So that's what? Less than 30, that's like 24 plays? Let's see how many times I was sacked. What's that? 28 plays on offense. Bro, that's not enough plays, bro. 28 plays. We used to have like 28 pass attempts. 76 in the air. 100 on the ground. We had 15 points. Isabella got a dev boost upgrade, boy. So line, bro. I'm dying. I'm ready with 3 sacks though. Jones, Behringer, just playing around with that dime sugar front. Little Baker 2 picks, Pat P with a pick, Jalen Thompson with a pick. Pick. Pass deflections. We had a forced fumble. Oh yeah, well, no, Kyler Murray. Touchdown scored in defense in the game. Oh, where's my little touchdown run at? In the 3rd quarter? From the 2-yard line, he does not run the ball, bro. Shaded inside, spotlighted him. At P is on him. Bang. That's how you want to play a slant, bro. That's why you need elite corners. This reason alone. That reason alone. Now I try to run it out like an asshole. Read option action. Strip me. That's funny, man. Here's Kyler's touchdown run. Oh, man, no replay. So gay, bro. So trash. That P on the punt return. 31 yards. Turning the Jets. Oh, try to turn the corner. This is when we alerted. Yeah, alerted to the cat blitz on the right. To the wide side of the field. You never want to send the cat blitz from the wide side of the field, people. This is why. That safety has to cover too much ground. Outside pass lead. Great animation. I mean, he was there to make a play, but it would be cool. I want to know if you could pump fake this, like Bam, circle, circle, and then it make that guy jump, and then you put it up in the back of the end zone. That'd be kind of dope. This might be something I can lab later. Yeah. That's it, man. If you like the video, like the video. If you didn't, please be sure to dislike it, leave some hateful comments, and unsubscribe. Thanks for watching.